Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome back to a beautiful Next Normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We have started Next Normal again. We used to have it in the evenings from, I think, 6:30 to 7:30 during the pandemic, and we had a relocation, and so the studio had to kind of collapse. It took us a while to put the studio back together, and then health opportunities, Sister Gita, and now we're back on air live. One of the good things I love about being live is that I feel this intimacy between you and me. Like we're connected. We're on this journey together. A lot of you know by now that, I don't really subscribe to a guru role or you bow or worship or anything like that for me. It's not important. The most important thing is what can we learn from each other? Who are we? Why are we here? What are some of the nuggets that we're picking up every day in the Next Normal that just helps to move us a little forward? Our topic today is about being loving and detached. Sounds like an oxymoron statement, isn't it? Today in our advanced classes known as the Murli, Baba, who we call God, the Supreme Light, the Supreme Being, was sharing about the practice of really becoming detached from your body, to break this attachment we have to the body. Even when it's old, even when it's ill, we still want to keep holding on to it instead of moving on to another one or going to buy another one, so to speak. And I think a lot of you knew I lost my mom just recently, and we were all together in the home, and she was not just my mother, but my best friend, my everything, but the best God's instrument I have met. And what I really connected to her on is her role as God's instrument. And it helped me to be detached from her role with me as my mother. To be quite frank, I actually don't remember that she's my mother until a lot of folks say, I know you've lost your mom. Oh, she was amazing. And I have no problems with Sister Gita being my mother. I think she was incredible in her own way, in the way she raised me to her best ability. But more so, it was the way she was a mother to many souls. There was a love there, but she was very detached from everyone. People loved her, but they never got attached to her. What's the difference? It's her connection to God. The more your soul is intimately connected to God, the Supreme Energy, the greater your detachment will be. And the reason why your detachment is great is because your love is greater. Let's take a look at an example. Let's say I'm struggling with my next door neighbor. And every time I drive up, she gives me the eye. Or she throws things in the way. Or she continues to get really angry with just me showing up. And all I feel as a recording from her is this feeling of distaste in me. And I keep recording the feeling for one day, for 3 days, for a month, a year. I have to pass her every day. Let's say I work 9 to 5, and her role is to be on her veranda every day at 5. So when she sees me, she's like, hey. She doesn't smile when she looks at me. I keep recording this feeling. Oh, this woman, this person. I'll talk about it too, and I'll tell other people about her. I deepen the experience like a belief system. She's so mean. I'm not thinking that maybe there's a reason why she's the way she is, but I'm more focused on she's so bad, she's so negative. I'm the good one here. How did I get such a neighbor? The story continues. Just keeps increasing. The belief system that this is the worst person you know. Like over a period of time, what happens is like the soul grabs on quickly to negative experiences instead of the positive ones. And what attachment does, attachment has a contract with negative experiences. Attachment has a subscription to waste and traumatic feelings. Attachment has a relationship to loss, to guilt, to shame, to despair, to feeling powerless or worthless. It's an agreement. And when you're in the mode, the belief system of attachment, your interpretation of the way your life is unfolding, it gets directed towards those feelings and emotions. Loss, blame, jealousy, criticism, competition, judgment, anger, fear, lust, expectation, ego, greed. It's such a long list. So what can wipe out those feelings? What in the world will make you stop feeling those emotions and believing them to be real? What do you think is the cure for that? Those emotions are recorded in the soul. I'm experiencing that. My neighbor is the cause of that. And then I go to work and I spill out on my colleagues at work, but I don't recognize that I'm doing it, but I can recognize the neighbor's behavior on me. How do I get it out? If I drink water, it comes out, right? If I eat food, it comes out, right? How do I get out hurt? Being insulted, being defamed, being disliked. How do I get that food out of me that I have somehow tasted? And even though I don't like it, I'm still eating it. What do I mean by eating it? I'm still allowing the soul to feel blame, shame, guilt, judgment, criticism, insult, anger, lust, fear, disappointment, loss, trauma. You see how long the list is? I'm still allowing myself to eat that food, to feel it. How do I get it out? It's like in my system. I drink water, it comes out. It's automatic. I eat food, it comes out. It's automatic. How do I get out my waste thoughts that have been acquiring way too much interest due to my investment of attachment? How do I get these waste emotions out of my system? Go to one relationship, you fall in love with somebody new. After 6 months, the person stops looking at you like they care. They want somebody else then. You go to a new job. You're like, oh, finally, I think this is a job for me. After 5 years, you're bored stiff. You don't want to work here anymore. You relocate to another country to find opportunity and joy. After a while, you're like, it's not it either. At what point will we be satisfied with our lives? Where does love come from? God. I felt it for myself, you know. When I was able to experience God's love, the first thing I had to do was to break my attachment to my body, my name, my gender, all the incredible things I've done. I have to forget them. Like, let them go. I'm not that. You have to become a zero in order to become full. And so I started to really just, what do I lose when I detach from the attachment to my name, Well, a lot of people call my name with affection. I like that. There are a few that don't. I don't like that. That's attachment. Anytime you like one thing over another, you're attached. Whenever you like one person over another person, you're feeding attachment. When you hate something, it's attachment. Because there's a comparison going on in you. Comparison is connected to your ego. Ego has a relationship with attachment. They're best friends, by the way. They hang out all together. One doesn't travel without the other. If for whatever reason, attachment and ego are not together, out, and somehow they become separated, anger will show up. What happened to attachment? I'm going to tell you, the ego tries to prove something, vice versa. There are 8 billion of us on the planet right now. Forget the animal kingdom, but there are 8 billion souls on the planet. Every single one of us have a relationship with God or a connection. We have an intimate link to God, but we have to pay attention to it. If we don't, it becomes very separate. It gets very distant. Sometimes when there is a soul that you love completely and you feel so safe with that soul, it's so easy to love everyone. We might not have achieved it at a human level as yet, but if you really fall in love with God, watch how you begin to love a lot of people equally. One of my practices throughout time, can I actually love everybody the same, even the ones who live with me and the ones who don't? What does that look like? I treat them with the same respect and love I would with the ones that I live with. Can I love everyone the same? And by practicing this one practice, your attachment will start to reduce and you will begin to see things from a perspective of pure love. Love will be the way you take care of yourself, take care of others, take care of your environment. When you're a loving person, you don't have to think about what's good for others. You know what's good for others. You are living that experience in yourself. Attachment says, only what's good for me. Forget everyone else. It's a lower vibration of love. I'm not saying that out of attachment there isn't love, but it's a lower entity of love because it has a mixture. You have love, but the attachment has mixed into it. One day I was making a cup of coffee. I was on travel, and instead of sugar, I put salt. And the moment I taste the coffee, it's like, attachment is a little bit like that. You're mixing something into love that doesn't belong. So it makes the flavor of the relationship feeling, I don't trust this person. I don't feel comfortable with this person. I don't feel safe with this person. I don't feel safe. Because the attachment is mixed in the love. So the practice of today is, when you're walking and moving around, see everyone with the same love, the same feelings. Don't just love one person fully, love all souls fully. And you'll experience the magic of God's love working through you and the beauty of being detached from bondages that are not really yours to keep. Let's have a little meditation and take some time to contemplate on some of the things I've shared with you. Take a deep breath in. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time. One of our favorite meditations, the art of letting go. We get so much back when we let go of certain things, especially things that don't serve you. You have permission to let go of that which is hurting you, but the first place of letting go is the way you interpret the situation. And then, second, is the physical act. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, what does love want here? And you'll always get the right answer. So what's chat saying about love and detachment, Santosh? What is awakened intelligence saying about this whole practice? How to love and still remain detached? Loving while remaining detached, a concept often found in spiritual and philosophical teachings, such as a balance where you can care deeply yet maintain a sense of independence and peace regardless of external circumstances. That's nice. Understand healthy attachment. I hope turmeric is listening to this. Define boundaries. Recognize where your emotional boundaries lie and respect them in your relationships. Self-reliance. Develop a strong sense of self and fulfillment from within rather than depending on others for happiness. Practice non-attachment. Accept impermanence. Understand and accept that all things change. Relationships or feelings are transient. Relationships and feelings are transient. Let go of control. Acknowledge that you can't control others' feelings or actions, only your reaction and responses. Focus on practicing unconditional love. Offer love without expecting anything in return from others. This is the most important thing. Understanding that true love is not a transaction. Appreciate independence. Encourage and celebrate the independence and growth of those you love, recognizing their paths may diverge from your own. Cultivate inner fulfillment, personal growth. Engage in activities that contribute to your personal development, spiritual practices, meditation, mindfulness, mindful communication. Express authenticity. Express authentically. Share your thoughts and feelings honestly while respecting other people's emotional space and boundaries. Sometimes we say we're straightforward and honest, right? But people's feelings are hurt. Now, it's not my fault your feelings are hurt, but maybe I can refine the way I'm sharing my thoughts. That's all. Listen actively. Offer your presence fully when you're listening to others. One of the hardest things for some souls. Embrace emotional resilience. Develop coping strategies. Build emotional resilience by developing healthy ways to cope with stress. Reflect and learn. Practice empathy without enmeshment. Regular self-reflection is important. Wonderful. Awakened intelligence. What else do they have there, Santosh? Seek balance in giving and receiving. Seek a balance in giving and receiving. Look for professional guidance if you need. Again, look, awakened intelligence, picking up all the things that we have typed into Google, and they're giving us the answers right there. It's time for us to follow our hearts and not just our heads, really. Attachment lives in the head as well. Love is definitely a heart experience. Today's Avyak signal from above. Your face is the mirror of the power of your mind. You know the difference between the face of someone who has lost everything and the face of someone who has gained something. So let your face have the sparkle of the happiness of having attained everything. Your face must not appear to be dry without any joy in it. Do not walk around with a face that looks like that, but let it be visible as if you're full of happiness, and many souls will automatically feel served by you. Your biggest effort? Give humanity a smile every day, and you'll feel like you've done your service for the day, right? Correct? All right, so good morning to all of our YouTubers. Reverend Sylvia, I don't know if you came on after. I heard you were on Instagram, which I really don't do much anymore, but lots of love to everyone. Kabili, I heard, oh, you got the answer. Okay, got it. Good, good. Attachment lives in the head. Love is in the heart. So true. Shobha, Om Shanti. Glad that it was beautiful for you, our sweet sister. Hi, Divya Baba. Hi, Sandhya. Sandhya, are you the one in Tennessee? Just let me know if that's you. Sneha, Om Shanti, Jasveen, Madhavi, Damal, Rashmi, Lilawati, Dee-Rise, Jennifer Scotland, Lolita, Joanne, Yukti, Deepak, Carla, Indu. So nice to be together. Sheila, Anne-Marie. I enjoy all of it. Lots of depth, truth, and wisdom. Thank you. Good, Kabili. You're not leaving without my smile today. You have to keep smiling at yourself. Look in the mirror until you like what you see. It might take you a little while, but don't give up on yourself so easily. And don't give up on people too easily. Sometimes you don't know what they're going through, why they're the way they are. But you mustn't be infected by their behavior. That's your responsibility. Thanks so much for joining us today. Remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. But to really reduce attachment, keep practicing to love everybody the same. Take care of yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you at the Meditation Museum if you're in the nation's capital. In the meanwhile, take care of the people that you live with. Take care of the people around you. Be well. Om Shanti. Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more.